Riker's Iron presents.
What I am going to do is I'm just going to bring my camera in a bit on this one. Because I'm not going to be able to show you all the parts. Otherwise, this thing is pretty friggin' huge and it weighs a ton. Team Pig Dwarf is training on Twitter. It's gone viral. This baby here is going to be a huge centerpiece to my nerd room, and it's going to be reserved for a very special painting time. I want to get a lot of practice in with my airbrush first before I start this guy. But with that said, I'm still going to open the shit out of it, and we're going to look at whatever goodies are inside. It weighs, I would say, maybe 2 or 3 pounds, which is pretty good considering it's supposed to be a miniature. Just gonna move my cup. Put big man there. So I'm just gonna push my treasure chest back a bit. There's like tape at the top here. This is it, folks. This is the big one. This is the reason why I got into Bones 3. I backed it. As soon as this came up, I was like, sold! Okay. That side has the base, clearly. It was the heaviest part. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to put some of the parts together just to show you here, and then I'll show you each individual piece here, because there's a lot of detail on this, like a lot of detail. Like in a lot of detail. Each head in itself. It's so much detail, but for now, I don't want to ruin the box either, because I'm going to have to store it later. So this is one of the stone pieces that he's going to be sitting on. Some of that, just to give you an idea of it. This could also be used as a great centerpiece to... I'll probably actually end up using it as terrain earlier. Actually, I'll probably just leave it out and paint it up. Because as you know, for those of you who've been watching us paint, we've been painting a lot of stone work and all that the past couple weeks. Given that the battle group that we've been painting for War Machine is made entirely of stone and wood. I'm actually surprised that this is the only base parts. The last Bones 2 Kickstarter, I had gotten the big diorama set with the dragon and the 5 adventurers and the big stonework, and it was huge. It like takes up most of my bottom shelf there. But I can't believe that this thing is going to sit on that. But even the detail in this is still amazing, given that it's not even the mini itself, it's the actual just base. It's heavy. I don't know why, but heavy feels like quality. Okay, here, I'm just gonna pick this up. And I'm just gonna do this really quick, just to bring it into the camera. So those are all the pieces here. There's a lot of them. They're all really big. They're all very detailed, and they look great. I love that every head has different horns and face. And this is the final product. This is the final goal piece of how it'll look when it's built. Try to get the glare off there. Look at that monster. Look at that beast. I don't have a gallery yet. I'm slowly building up my gallery because I took pictures of all my minis I have painted, but they're really shitty pictures. So part of my budget next month for because I had put a little bit aside for stream stuff. Part of that next month is going to be getting myself a light box. I was going to make myself a light box, but there's one on Amazon that's perfect. I mean, it's like $20 or something, and I don't really want to take the time to make a light box right now. Maybe in the future if I need something very special. So I'm just going to put that there, and then I'm going to take off the lid of this, which I just realized is taped in, so I'm going to have to take this in anyway. But at some point there will be a gallery rotating on our stream, and I'll be posting up galleries on our website. I do have a website, but it's been kind of left to the wayside as we're getting a stream set up. It's going to be used as a campaign and video listing, gallery stuff, all that kind of business. And on Facebook and Twitter, we're posting all that up there. How is there more tape? This is worse than when you like get a gift from, you know, your like grandma who hasn't wrapped presents in like 30 years, or she wraps presents but she doesn't care anymore, and it's just like taped around with like newspaper. Whew. Okay. This set is bananas and insane, and I agree with you. Okay, so let's get this back into here, and I'll just lift the lid. I'm so excited for this. It's like this is how I would imagine like a person who's addicted to some sort of narcotic feels like. Oh yeah, this is it, you know. Okay, let's take out the body. Examine the body. Where do the heads go? Oh, okay. So I'm going to try to build as much as I can of this thing. See what will stay in. And then I'll do it piece by piece. Under the zoomed in camera here. So this head goes here. This head goes here. How you can tell is there's like little plugins at the here. There's like little plugins at the back, and they match up with things on here. For those who do not own Bones miniatures. 2 more heads. What is it, kitty? The kitty's outside the room yelling at me. It's probably because they want food. It's around their food time. Core parts are almost in place. Let's see if I don't think these arms are going to stay in. Could be surprised though. But what we really want is the dragon wingspan. That's what we want. And one thing I like about Bones is it's so easy to assemble. A lot of miniature companies, when they make giant models, they don't make them very. So here, let me bring that in a bit, just to kind of give you a sense of that. Oof! Look at that. Right up in there. It's right up in there. And the unicorn pranced along. It's time for the wingspan. Because when it comes down to it, we love the dragons, but if they don't have an awesome wingspan, they're just another lizard with some feathers. Look at this. Oh no! Let's give you. It's not the same size as my head. Maybe a little bit bigger. It's not as big there. I'm not going to try to attach the tail. That's asking too much. The tail is right here. So, what I'm going to do is just give you a quick little spin around here. And then I'll take the pieces off one by one, and I'll show them in the zoomed in camera. So he is friggin' massive. It fills my pants with joy. Look at that. It's huge. It's huge. It's gonna be huge. Okay, let's get the... I'm just gonna set them down. Start with the wings. So the wings themselves, really detailed. Again, great little... I love the rips in the wings and the little scars and the little cuts. Really awesome. What's it called? Like ribbed. Awesomely ribbed for her pleasure. Loving the little hands kind of thing in here with the bony ribs going out. Same with the underpart. Great detail in the skin. There's virtually no mold line. I don't even... Okay, yeah, there is one. It's along the ridge here, which is perfect. That's where I would hope it would be. Not across the wing like this, which sucks when they do that stuff. Bananas in pajamas. That's what this thing is. Bananas in friggin' pajamas. I do not know which way this goes. There we go. Let's do the other wing. Oh no! His heads fell off. It counts. It means he can never have those heads again. His whole head came off. Okay. Other wing, just as detailed. I like the extra little cuts in the armor there on the second wing. This one has a lot more holes and rips in it, which is kind of cool. It's like the characters try to attack him from the one side. Like, get him, take him down, get his pants off. Really nice detail in the rips again. I love this over here. This is going to be an epic challenge to paint. Probably our biggest. This will probably be our biggest challenge that we've ever done for any miniature, painting-wise. The texture is awesome in this, and it feels good. It feels like, I know it's a little bendy, but it's good. It's a good thing. It also means if you want it to be curled a bit more, you can always heat it up, bend it in. There we go. Okay, let's do headset number 1. So this is where we really want to take a look. The heads themselves. So just absolutely gorgeous. I love the scaling on this. I love the detail in the mouth. This thing is going to be friggin' bananas. But besides that, I think I was going to mainly probably use him as mostly just a centerpiece to my nerd room here. And this part comes off here, plugs in. Doesn't plug in very well, I will say that. Let me see if I can get it to get back in there. There we go. But again, really awesome detail in the mouth, and I love that each dragon has its own kind of style. You know, curved horns, 4 horns, 2 horns, you know, straight horns. Like, I'm so pleased with this. I could stare at this all day. Unfortunately, we want to get painting soon, so just gonna. This head is done. And this, the hands are just as detailed, the like clawed stuff. They feel a little stiff, like the hand looks a little goofy in my opinion, this one. But great detail. I love all the little skin creases that they have. It's nice to see. Other arm, same thing. It's almost actually printed identical to the other one. It's just a little straighter. The same thing, really great detail in all the creases and folds on the skin and the hands. It's chunky leg. It's chicken leg. Making me want chicken wings. Great detail, so same along the lines as the hands area. Some shitty mold line here. And not the worst one, that's for sure. Just let's do the next set of heads. To be honest, I was really worried about this kit and whether it was going to live up to what the concept stuff was going to be. I know they showed off some preliminary things in some of the conventions. Yeah, my wife and I have a nerd room. Some people have a sex room, some people have a panic room. We got ourselves a nerd room. It's just mostly the stuff where we put our video games and miniatures, comics, figures, statues, everything like that. Our signed memorabilia by celebrities, just all over there. You can't see on screen, but it's all over there. So this head is very cool. Same thing as before. Very unique. I like that each head has its own personality, its own pose, and its own style of horns. This one looks like he's kind of laughing. He almost has like a little bit of a Matthew McConaughey grin. Like he's laughing at us from his overpaid position. Yeah, super nice. Really like it. And the heads come off. Boop. And you're left with this. I can't believe I finally have this dude. He was a huge reason. As soon as I saw this sculpt and they're like, Bones 3 is starting up and this is one of the minis that'll be in it, I was like, I'm sold. Getting the core set at least. And here we are with more than just the core set. So here is the body and the head. So we're going to do a slow little pan of this and then we'll start painting. So this part of the head comes off, but it snaps in really nice. Hides all the crease and stuff, so there probably won't be much gap repair with that. But it's just such a nice, perfect. Look at the scales on this thing. So crisp, so detailed and clear. It sucks when you buy a big mini and all the parts are like all pushed together and you can't tell what's what. And you're sitting there struggling to make parts work. But this is definitely not the case. These actually scales look like they're missing something. They're missing texture or something. That's a little sad. He has a really shitty mold line along his neck. You can see that right there. Goes up and down and around. Right through there. We'll just sand that off later. Plus with the other heads and necks there, it won't be noticed. But he is huge. I love his spines. You can see there's like a nice texture on the spines. Almost like their teeth. Really nice. So guys, I think that's it for our unboxing part. We have chosen our mini. I love this thing. I'm gonna be staring at this thing all the time, doing this, itching, being like, just let me have just a little paint. I keep kicking that. I'm going to slip on the lid for this. So that's the end of the unboxing. So normally I do a little bit of a review of whenever I'm doing an unboxing. With this is kind of a special occasion. It's kind of a bigger than normal unboxing. So Bones 3 Kickstarter. Final thoughts. Some of the core set figures still suffer from what Bones normally suffer from, and that's really shitty detailed faces. They are squished or melted, or the details lost because of the material that they used to print the mini. Could also be the mold. I don't know. Maybe mine. Maybe some of the ones that I got that were really detailed faces were shitty in other people's core set. I have no idea. But overall, some really unique pieces. I really liked like this guy we're going to be painting. I love this. I loved all the bizarre kind of were creatures that they had in it. I liked the fresh takes on the Wizard of Oz group. The little Wizard of Oz group was really nice. I'm really upset that they still have some of the smaller minis with really bad faces. I would rather them just either cover them with a mask or have something that's just like easy to remedy. Because going in and like trying to resculpt noses and eyes in that scale is really, really hard. The bigger pieces, in my opinion, for any sort of RPG, there's no one around that's going to do big pieces at the quality for the price that you're going to get, because the price is top notch. Like some of these bigger models, I paid $10 for, $15 for. You know, for the Kickstarter, yeah, you're getting a little bit of a deal, but even in store, they're not going to go for more than, $30. And that's still a steal in my opinion if you're getting a big dragon centerpiece. This guy was $60 add-on. It's a little pricey, but like, it's not really that pricey. I'm paying $120 for miniature game, large base, colossal sized models that are half the size of this. So, $60, huge steal. This thing, beyond satisfied. He's going to be the baby amongst the. He's going to be the precious baby. It's going to be our precious. Really, really, really great expansions for the what is it called? Terrain stuff, like the Mystic Circle, the Stone Skull. Sorry, not the Stone Skull. The Graveyard expansion pack. 2 really awesome miniatures sets. The Graveyard itself, all the set pieces, which is what I was about to mention also in the core set. They had a lot of good set pieces, a lot of good extras that let you build up a little more character to your mini board, like townsfolk and like blacksmith people, dungeon, torture stuff in the Graveyard expansion. Just a lot of really great content in everything that the core set had and the expansions had. The highlight being probably the Stone Skull expansion for myself. That had all the types of miniatures and all the types of weird oddities that I like from a miniature group and a miniature company. And they fit a wide range of stuff, because every setting has an undead setting that has bizarre castles and creepy horror things. The same with dungeons. If you can find stuff that fit in the dungeons really well, undead is always a great way to go. And the Graveyard expansion and the Stone Skull expansion, perfect, absolutely perfect sets, and that alone to me was worth the Kickstarter. But like I said, the Reaper / the Bones group have a problem with really bad mold lines in shitty areas, and really lack of detail on some of the smaller faced miniatures. It might be something they can avoid, but when you compare some of the smaller miniatures that have a really detailed face to the ones that maybe they were older sculpts that are being printed from metal into bones, like their face just wasn't living up to snuff in my opinion. So that's my general overall review. I will be backing Bones 4 Kickstarter. I know I already have a ton of minis, but if this is the new benchmark for the Bones and Reaper, I'm excited to see what they're going to bring for the next one. Because if they can bring more terrain, they can bring more variety of options. They can bring. I don't necessarily need bigger pieces like this, but if they can bring some of the what are they called? Like the miniatures like this size, like the kind of the half C, like not really too huge, but in between the really big and the medium ones, like the larger ones. I'd really like more of these, especially because a lot of them were expansion stuff, and they were like, here's a $4 add-on, a $6 add-on, $8 add-on, and you get these awesome, little expansion groups, like the Frost Giants or the Solar Angel there. But yeah, so I can't remember who it was. I believe it was either James Winters or Michael Mordor who mentioned that Bones 4 is starting up in sometime winter this year for the Kickstarter. So I strongly urge you to back it. I know I'm going to be backing it. I know there's probably some people in chat who are now going to be backing it because they saw some of the minis in this. And I know that sometimes they also double up, like some of the core set from the previous one gets put into the new one as an incentive, which happened here with some of the Lizard Men and some of the Adventurer things. I think it was just the Lizard Men. I think maybe, I'm not sure. I can't really remember. But yeah, so if some of these make it into the next one, and the next one takes it to the next level, super excited. So highly recommend Bones 3 stuff and Bones 4 stuff. Particularly for Bones 3, Stone Skull expansion, Graveyard expansion, and the bigger models like this. Ma'al Drakar, the Dragon Tyrant. So that's that, folks. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first of many hidden treasures from Riker's Iron. To those of you who watched our Bones 3 Final Thoughts video, and potentially the entire playlist, I humbly thank you for that. It is greatly appreciated. And for those of you who have watched past the credits, this is a little secret announcement of what's coming up on Riker's Iron. May 6th, 2018 will be our 1-year stream anniversary on Twitch. We're going to be celebrating by painting one of the heads on Ma'al Drakar for our first year. For those of you who have been tuning into our live stream on Twitch, I've talked a lot about my 5-year plan for the stream and YouTube, and each stream anniversary will be painting one of the heads. For those of you wondering which head we'll be painting the following head. This will represent our 1 year of streaming, and we'll try to incorporate the colors and the general overall techniques that we've practiced and used throughout the first year on Twitch. So once again, thank you for watching Riker's Iron, and we hope to catch you back with us on our live stream, which you can find at twitch.tv/RikersIron or here on YouTube. And as a final little shout out, thank you everybody who's supported us thus far, and keep watch on our social media, on our new website, on our new swag shop for other hidden treasures.